Welcome everyone for another after church tea time. Today we discussed about climate change. It was very healing for all of us. I'd like to share with you my experiences. But first of all, let's just introduce ourselves. My name is Renato. I'm speaking from England. We are with Adam and Brianna, Gabriel and Brianna, and also Anupama. Who would you like to start to share something about that we heard from Kobe and Kelly?
I feel like first we should send like a reminder out about the autumn raffle. There's still like 1 hour left to donate to the autumn raffle. I'm sure someone can share the link below. But yeah, there's like a lot of beautiful prizes that will be handed out. So yeah, donate to unionism.org. Yeah.
Last chance,
Yeah.
1 hour.
Yeah, I just wanted to add that in there. Yeah.
Good.
All right.
Yeah, just to remind you guys that $1 means one ticket. So if you donated already, you are also welcome to donate to get some more tickets. So, who knows, you can get the romance reports. Yeah, because usually we had just one, but now Jeff and Shaleia are offering 2 more. Yeah, so today we spoke about the climate change. For me, that was a very upset I had in the past, especially when I was younger, because I wanted to save the planet. 10 years ago, I went to the Sugarloaf with a group of people to plant some trees, and I always wanted to do things for the planet, for the environment, recycling. So I was always uh, putting myself like out there to make the difference, which is very valuable. But the upset was always there at the core, and we tend to take these things like very extreme instead of go within and find our balance. And Kobe and Keely, they went through this subject perfectly because this is just a core upset that we are healing on the collective. We are trying to take things very hard, to change the world, but actually peace is the key. And I just remembered when I was a child, that was a very upset thing that I had to hear. I remember when I was 5 years old or 6, I watched that cartoon Bambi, and I saw many humans destroying the planet, burning the forest, and many animals was being killed. And I had this upset with human beings for a very long time, because from my perspective, human beings were horrible, very not safe for nature and for this planet. But actually, we are part of this planet. We are not separated from God and this planet. We are part of the sea. We are part of the forests. Because we are all one, we created this illusion that we are above everything, that we got control, like we tend to control the nature or trying to save the nature. So some people, they destroy nature, but what other people wants to control how things go. And I would like to know, guys, if you had any upset about it, that you are still healing at the core as well.
Yeah, I had a lot of like upsets around this as well. I live in California, and so of course we have like all the wildfires every year, and so like looking at that, it was like a lot of fear of people losing their houses, and it continually getting like worse each year. And, I even like went vegan for a while, and, I was like, I had to recycle everything and like, really wanted to reduce, like Keely was saying, like my footprint of, what I was affecting on the earth. And it was really healing and very relieving for me. That's like just by doing my inner healing work and just by cultivating my relationship with God, that I'm already doing more for the planet that I probably could have if I were just recycling. It's really nice.
I can share too. Even I had this upset about the climate change, also because where I am in India, we have experienced significant climate change in my city over the last 15 years. Like, this was a place where we used to wear sweaters twice a year. One was in July and one was in December, so around winter. And now it's such that we don't even look at sweaters. We don't even want to wear the normal clothes that we have because it's so hot. And this place is like a hill station. So we're on top of the hill range. We're not at sea level. So temperatures which used to be minimum of 12 degrees, now our minimum is 28 degrees. And where the maximum used to be 22 degrees, now our maximum is 40 degrees almost. So it's been really scary. Like they say, because of the way it's been projected, that the trees are cut down to make way for glass buildings, because we are the IT city for India. Like, we were the first IT city. So a lot of trees, a lot of empty ground and a lot of rivers were dried out, and the beds were used to construct. So the city just underwent this expansion, just mushroomed, and a lot of trees were cut to make roads, etc. So there was a lot of fear spread in people that, oh my God, what's going to happen? Where are we headed? If the temperature is already so high now, what can we expect 10 years down the line? Do we have to leave the city? Do we have to leave our homes? And where do we go? Because, the ice caps are melting, the rivers are drying, and where do we really go? But I like what Keely and Colby shared today, that, just feeding into that fear and propagating it further is not going to help. Because what they shared was so healing, because I realized, like, I didn't know about carbon footprint. I honestly never understood the term. But what I try to do, because we also have a water shortage like issue, because we don't have a sea, we're up high, so we're high above sea level, so we don't have a sea, and like I said, a lot of rivers have been dried up. We don't have many natural lakes, and some areas don't have underground water. And I used to see in India, if you come to India, you'll see people just wasting water, like taps are left open while they wash dishes, and it used to really scare me. So I used to do what I could, which was take very little water to have a bath, like not have a shower. I don't know how long it's been since I've had like a shower, because using a bucket is very common in India. So I started doing that, which is completely different for me because I was born and raised abroad. So soaking in the tub, having long hot showers is something I grew up with. And then to come to India and have to drastically cut down on the water, on the electricity, not leave the lights on, because back abroad, like, we would have the air conditioning running 24/7. The lights would be on because it was a flat, and it didn't matter. But came to India, and I remember leaving the lights on in a room and going to the other, and my dad was like, "Turn off the lights when you're not in that room." I said, "Why? What happened?" He said, "No, you got to conserve electricity. You're in India now." I'm like, "What? So what if I'm in India?" He said, "No, you can't do that. Be careful with this, be careful with that." And listening to the sermon today just made me realize that they're right. If I am so afraid and I start living a very frugal life from living a privileged life, then I'm just contributing to this fear. And that's not the way to heal it. And you can't heal fear by being in fear. You can't heal the climate crisis by feeling helpless. You can't heal it either by yelling at people saying, stop cutting the trees, because they just keep cutting more, after knowing that the tree cover is gone and it's so hot and we're sweating and we have more ACs, they're still planning to cut 20,000 more trees to build another, another external uh, ring road. So that's another, highway system. Well, not highway, it's another road system to, connect us to the other parts of the city. And they're going to cut at least 20,000 trees for that, which is not a small number. So we cry ourselves till we're blue in the face, saying, don't cut trees. People are protesting, people are going on fasts. It's not the way, So what they say is true, that as we are here in the Church of Union, and we are already healing separation using the mirror exercise and the mind alignment process, it makes sense that as we are healing separation from God, we are healing separation from everything that is God made, which is this earth too. And we really don't have to worry or give up. If we are bringing heaven here, then I do need to take those 1 or 2 bucket baths, or 1.5 bucket if I'm washing my hair. I even count that 1 bucket for the body, an extra half for the hair. It's not worth it living like that, because I'm trying to transcend that lifestyle. And I was calling him yesterday and day before. I was telling God, I'm fed up of living this impoverished life. I want my privileged life once again. And then they talk about this. I was like, this is perfect. That's why we're here talking about it. That it makes sense. If you want to have abundance once more on this earth, then we got to have that abundance mindset and heal all poverty consciousness across, which is what our brothers and sisters are showing us by telling us that the world is going to end tomorrow. And I already see the results of that, because there was a news article 2 days ago that they're in a state called Madhya Pradesh, like in my country. I don't remember if it was scientists or just the people of the place. Like a barren hill was completely planted with saplings. So the before picture was it was just brown, and after it's completely green. So they planted some 2,500 saplings or so on that hill. And I was like, see, people are already doing that, but we don't really hear about that because the media is so focused on showing us what's bad, keeping us rooted in fear. And we can change that too, but the only way we can change that is by, staying in our peace and healing it. So my perspective on climate, I feel more empowered about what role I can play in climate change. And I was really worried that I don't want to go out and protest, but there must be another way. There must be a way, because I can see I've signed so many petitions to not cut this tree, not cut that tree, to clean this lake, to clean that neighborhood, to put the sewage in the garbage in one particular place and not dump it all over. But it's not really helping. So what we are doing here, I think, is really going to make the difference. We are making that difference by healing the separation that exists. And so I feel very empowered now about my own role in reversing or bringing that much needed evolution in the climate change. Well, I can't call it a war anymore. In making the climate better. Yeah. And yeah, I hope we can rebuild the ice caps. I don't know, but we can definitely try. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what
I love what you said. It's not about the action, but it's about the feeling. We can make the difference. I can still do the recycle. I can still plant a tree. I can still take these actions, but I cannot take an action based on fear, based on hurt. We are learning of not to identify with the hurt. We are learning how to take an action with peace. We can save the planet, of course we can, but first of all, we need to work within ourselves, because God will provide everything. Anupam, you said about the temperature, the weather. I had the same upset. I lived in Rio de Janeiro for 27 years. The weather there, the temperature was usually 30 degrees. Nowadays it's 40, 45. And I was like, some days some people, they died in Brazil because of the weather, of the temperature, especially homeless. So all of these things about climate change was really upsetting me. But, sometimes we get upset with these external things. But if we change our consciousness, because we're hitting the collective, so people will start to be more conscious about, the actions that we can take. It's not like fighting with them or trying to convince them. We don't need to leak our energy here. We don't need to, create this hate energy. And yeah, I'm really happy that we are sharing, we are discussing this. This is very healing for myself, and I'm very grateful for Kobe and Keely to bring this subject. And who else has something else to share?
Yeah, we have some things to share.
Yeah.
I really love what Keely was saying in when she was speaking, how it's just us having a relationship with the earth. And also too, Colby shared that piece about guilt can blind us, right? Because I come from Arkansas in the States. I'm currently here in Norway with my twin, but in Arkansas, we just kind of like throw with trash, we throw everything in the same can, and it just all goes out together. But then I come here to Norway and they're very particular. It's very different over here. Like everything has its place. You have like what, glass and aluminum goes in one can, plastic in its own, food goes in its separate thing.
Batteries, light bulbs, like
Yes.
there's very, and with the regular trash, you have to pay if you use more than, your, what do you call that? Like the bin, Yeah, so they're very particular.
Yeah, so it's very different here, but I've really learned to go deeper into respecting my relationship with the earth. And like everything has a place, and I really value how much Norway, the country, they really honor and value their relationship with the earth, and the land here is beautiful. And so it's allowed me to go deeper there too, and knowing that, not having guilt for what I was doing before, but knowing that, like Colby said, just surrendering into the relationship that I have with the earth and allowing that to expand and grow and deepen. And it feels really good. Yeah. And knowing that we can change this from within with ourselves first.
Yeah, I see how many choices I made from guilt. I was very angry and upset, at people when I became vegan, and very much trying to erase my footprint and all of this stuff. I had so much bad feelings about it, but I'm like, I have to do this to save the earth. I can't be a part of this because it's I can't take part of this horrible whatever's happening, right? So and I really see how I was believing everything was we have only just this amount of water on the earth, right? Drinking water. We only have this, how are we going to survive, right? But God is our source. So it's it's gonna keep, we're gonna keep having drinking water, It's being grateful for what we have and all this stuff. And I was kind of a prepper as well, oh my God, we might not have enough food. Gapes. I was I was having so much fear I was living in because of this, but it felt so good starting on my spiritual journey, and coming into this community, Jeff and Shalea's community, and relaxing. Yeah, finding some like, oh, God is my source. Like I don't have to worry about, running out of water or, all these things. God takes care of the earth and us, and we just need to heal our relationship with God, as Colby and Keely was saying as well. And I find that beautiful. I feel a lot more relaxed about my part of the earth at this point. So yeah,
That's beautiful.
Oh yeah, I was thinking about when you mentioned Bambi, Renato. I was traumatized by that movie.
I think every single child was traumatized.
Yeah.
It is a good movie. I love Bambi even nowadays. But back that time, I was like crying like horrible human beings. I hate human beings. And I started to love animals even more. Like, oh, I need to look after them. I need to take care of animals, and I want to save the planet. Yeah, I would like to ask you a question, Adam. Did you have any upset when when you had the experience of being vegan? Did you have a upset with other people that they are not choosing the same choice as you? Like, because you were let's say trying to save the planet, but people were doing the opposite. How was your experience with that?
Yeah, I had a lot of upsets there because when you come in with when you're viewing it from separation, like keeping animals in factory farming, and that comes into what do you call it, the CO2, like the pollution and deforestation, and all that comes into like from eating meat and stuff. So I was very upset by all of this. Like I was deeply upset by this. So yeah, still healing it. I have to admit. Yeah, but I feel there's so much more relief, having the mirror exercise, and had a lot of upsets with myself.
Yeah.
But I did have a lot of upsets with humans for not honoring the earth, and like I had a lot of respect, or I do have a lot of respect for Native Americans, like their way of living, like respecting the earth and the blessings from the earth. So
Yeah, I had the same upset about because I tried to be vegetarian, vegan with my twin flame. We made the same decision 2 years ago because he received a video about about the cows being killed and suffering, and it was really heartbreaking. And we said to one another, we need to change. We need to start something. We need to stop eating meat. And we tried, but it took only 2 months. Took only 2 months, and then we just found like a balance, in your, let's say, the things that we were eating, we could find a way to be healthy, but eating everything that could bring us fulfillment of our wishes, and we don't need to need to take this pressure. And also, we are not responsible for how other people behave, how other people, if they are taking an action to save the planet, or if they are destroying the planet at some point, at some way. Yeah, it's safe to release this anger or this resentment. And I think something that we are healing as well is the way we see human beings and the world, because we see them as destroyers rather than seeing them unite with us, because unionism is teaching us that we are not separated from one another. We are here in this discussion group, healing this upset. We are here making the same core choice to choose love, to choose peace, to be reunited with animals and nature. And when we spread this love to other people, there are so many things watching us, so many people watching us. They are getting the same healing as well. And they are sharing this with other people. And collectively, we are creating this new energy, energy of love. And we are not separated from nature. And I love what Brian said about our relationship with Earth as one. We are part of it. We are just part of it. We are like, like all other animals. We are connected. And God is everywhere. God is in every single thing. So we are here with God. This is unionism.
Yeah, like what they said in the beginning, the outer reality reflects the inner reality as well. Like we have to heal there, and also what Colby brought up with the politics. Like if you want change, then the political system you have to kind of visualize or feel into what you desire, and it's the same thing. And Anu was bringing up like hoping more ice on the caps. Like visualize it, see the ice.
Yeah.
Like how do we want the earth to be? How do we want to live together? And
that's perfect.
Yeah, you can see that everything is connected. The climate change is connected with politics as well. So if you see, there is an upset that we are healing in every single aspect of this, society, global society. Yeah, this is another thing that I had a really big upset, especially with presidents. We have in Brazil, they have Brazil because I moved to the UK a few years ago. They have in Brazil a president that he doesn't care about, nature or, the forests they are burning. And I had a big upset with him, like as a president. But I know that I cannot stand in this, I cannot sat in this upset because it doesn't help. It takes another direction. We cannot project like an upset in other people. Like those people, they are horrible. They are doing these things. They are destroying things. Look at we are manifesting rather than projecting love on them. This is something that I am learning as well.
Yeah, that's them.
Yeah.
Because when we're sitting in the upset, we're only like hurting ourselves, right? And that doesn't help anyone. So very good.
Yeah. Do you have any comments?
I just wanted to share that I really loved Keely's dream. I found that to be especially healing, just as she was sharing. And it also reminded me of the story in the Bible about manna and how, for those of you who don't know, like people were wandering in the desert and they were basically asked to trust God to provide them with enough food. And so God made it rain manna. And there were some people who hoarded the manna and took too much than they needed, and some people that took just enough, took just what they needed. And the next day, they all woke up, and those who had hoarded the manna, they found it had spoiled, and it was extremely unpleasant. So I feel like, that was just like a really beautiful, like sort of similar story with like hoarding sweets or, basically like robbing the earth of its riches, thinking that it's gonna help you or save you, or that the sweets are what you want. But in truth, all you desire is God, and you have God within you. So that was nice. Just imagining Keely kind of saying no to that energy and like lying back in the grass and like enjoying herself and being in the moment. I found that really healing.
Yeah, it spoke to like a deep trust of God to actually provide for you, rather than say like, oh, God's not going to provide for me, so I have to take all I can get right now. And that's kind of like the approach for the earth of like, we have to use up all our resources. Like this country needs more resources than this country, and we have to like fight over these resources. But really, if we just relax, everyone has enough.
Yeah, it's insane.
God is our source.
Yeah, I love what Keely shared with us, and remind me what happened in the beginning of the pandemic in the whole planet. People were buying everything in the supermarkets because they were extremely afraid. Was a lot of fear, and I couldn't buy things for myself because many people, they were being so selfish, thinking about only themselves and stocking food for 3 months. They, and at the end of the day, they had food. They didn't need to buy all of that amount of food. Yeah, so I just remembered this, and this dream that Keely shared really resonate to what was happening in this planet a few months ago.
Yeah, it reminds me of the toilet paper. Everyone was buying up toilet paper, and Adam and I watched I don't know what it was. It was like a clip of something, but this guy was just walking through the store asking the people why they were buying up all the toilet paper. And they literally didn't even have an answer for it. It was just like kind of the consciousness was in a state of fear, right? And just one person followed another, and just everyone just started buying up the toilet paper, right? It was just like that fear consciousness. But yeah.
No,
really,
yeah,
yeah.
that's good. Yeah, we
Yeah.
came into the store and it was like empty. It was like we were kind of laughing because it's like very silly, like.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know that God's gonna
Yeah,
provide.
yeah.
Like, yeah.
We
yeah.
found some toilet paper.
Yeah.
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 I didn't for 2 weeks. Yeah, the situation was really bad here. People were buying everything. And I was asking myself, why toilet paper? Why specifically toilet paper? There is no answer for this.
Yeah.
It's only fear-based. Like, you copy other people. You just think, oh, okay, I need to buy toilet paper because everyone is buying toilet paper. So I will not have any toilet paper next week.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
consciousness.
Yeah.
The consciousness.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gotta get that toilet paper.
Yeah.
Can
Yeah.
you see that the collective consciousness really works? So we can do an amazing job, an amazing work here, because this is a whole consciousness. The whole consciousness can you can see people doing bad things, but the good things as well. We can choose the good things.
Yeah, it starts with us, right? And just healing it within, applying the teachings. Yeah, and then it feels really good. Yeah.
We have power. We're not powerless.
Right.
I think
Yeah.
Anupama was speaking to this as well. Our choice is powerful. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, peace is powerful.
Amen.
Do you have any comments?
We just have two actually, where I posted the raffle link. So Chrissy said, get your tickets. And Deanna said today's sermon was really powerful and just perfect. And I loved it. And Granville says, hello, everybody.
Yeah, guys, it's time to get your ticket if you didn't get. How much more time do we have left, you guys?
30 minutes, or 29. So
yeah.
29 minutes.
Countdown.
we should, yeah. Yeah, because Jeff and Shaleia threw in like a bunch of other prizes. I think there's like 10 meditation CDs. There's the coaching session with Jeff.
Yeah,
Toronto Talks is like MAP, Mind Alignment Process, which is what Colby and Keely were speaking to in the sermon. Divine Dish, the Ascension coaches. You can get readings, win readings, or coaching sessions.
Yeah. Go look at all the prices at unionism.org. Yeah.
And the e-courses also.
And the e-courses.
Yeah.
You know, it is very, very, very important, not because of the things that we can get from, you know, from the Church of Trinity, but also what you are giving to the church and to God as well. You know, imagine so like more people out there getting this knowledge, knowing about twin flames, knowing about this work. So we are receiving a big gift here, but we are also giving.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that's good. Mhm.
Who else would you like to share something? That's is there something coming up for you?
I just like to add that everything that we all shared, all the upsets we had, it's a good reminder, like, you know, to just do the mirror exercise and everything. And that's the way to heal this also. And what you said, Adam, about the drinking water the shortage that they spoke of. I remember last year there was some article about a state in Africa that was going to run out of drinking water supply in some time. And I remember almost having a like a panic attack, thinking, "Oh my God, if we don't have drinking water, what are we gonna do?" You know, I was like, "Okay, that so who's next on that list?" But yeah, like, you know, God is abundant, and we just have to remember that.
Amen.
So it's really healing to know that we have. And I guess maybe the climate change is because of the fear propagating. Like all the heat from all the anger and the fear is the heat rising up, you know, melting everything, burning everything up. And like you said, every nation is, we don't need to go to war anymore. Like I know a lot of the wars that were fought around the time of the Gulf War, etc., was because of, or you know, for things like oil, etc. And we really don't need to do that anymore because God is abundant, and whatever we need, God will provide. So there's no need to fight your brothers and sisters for anything in the kingdom of heaven. So that's really relieving to know that we can just heal whatever upsets we have. Like next time I see my neighbor going overboard with the water to wash the car tires, I can just heal the upset. You know? Instead of wanting to scream at him saying, just use a bucket. You know, I can just heal, and I can have my lavish showers again. Yeah, but yeah, just heal the upset and, you know, choose to come out of that fear-based. I mean, that's what Kobe said too. You can live your life. You don't need to, you know, give up on anything to save the earth, because that's what people say, right? We need to save the earth. We need to save the earth. I guess we just heal ourselves and we heal the earth too. So that was very powerful. Feels very good.
And even when we take an action to save the earth, you know, it's only in a space of peace that we find the solution. And we realize that God provides everything that we need. For example, solar energy, wind energy is there, is here. God provides this for us like forever, all the time. And of course, it does exist, but in some countries they don't do. They could do, but they don't do. But we can heal this. We can heal the consciousness. We can peacefully choose this, and you know, it's not gonna end. Even the water, even if the scientists they say that in 100 years we will not have water, God will provide the water because it's God's will that we are here. If it's God's will that we still be here in 100 years, 200 years, there will be water enough for everybody. And I just remembered that I had like a panic as well because they said in 100 years, the planet will not be like a livable place for human beings because it will be extremely hot. They do like some predictions, like the curve is like going up. So in 100 years, 200 years, the temperature will be impossible for human beings. So I think the reason why I was always trying to put myself to help to plant trees was because I was always worried that if I plant trees, if I help to plant trees, I will help the planet to get cooler for the next decades. I don't know if you ever had a moment in your life that you tried to do something. Do you have any experience?
Yeah, I tried to take part in that, plant a seed. Like people would say, like if you're traveling around on the highway and eating fruits like this, like the seasonal fruits, then throw the seeds on the side of the road, so that in about 10 years time you have a fruit tree growing. So I mean, not to spread garbage around, but the concept of planting more trees, buying saplings. So yeah, I thought that might help. But yeah, it's good to know that we can heal and we don't need to go to Mars. We can stay here on Earth. We don't need to go to Mars anymore. We don't need to buy that ticket to get on Elon Musk's spaceship.
Yeah, they created a single ticket to Mars.
Yeah. And Tom Cruise is going to be, in space for the next movie, but we don't need to go there yet. We can be here for summertime.
The planet Earth is perfect for us. We have everything we need here.
And that's a huge relief. I was just wondering, how do we live on Mars? How do we go there?
There is no water in Mars. We have water here.
No, I mean, the way they scared us that the water is going to dry up, it's going to get really hot, so we need to look for other planets to live on. We don't need to do that now.
But can you see the energy leaking?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like to make another planet a colony. The new Earth for us, but the new Earth is here.
Yes, amen. That's exactly what Jeff and Shaleia said, the new Earth.
Yeah, I really loved what Colby shared towards the end of the sermon about how like Earth is designed, like we are designed to be stewards and like gardeners of the earth, and like that partnership is really what makes like a flourishing earth. It definitely relieved me of some guilt I didn't know that I was feeling about like basically being on Earth, like feeling like being here means that I'm taking from Earth, and kind of like how Keely was choosing to be like vegan to like try to make her carbon footprint smaller. She was basically trying to like disappear. So just hearing that in the sermon was really relieving and healing.
Yeah, that was really healing. Do you have any more comments?
No, we just have Granville saying amen for about 5 minutes ago. So, yeah, just agreeing with us. Yeah, that's all.
How is everybody feeling?
I feel really good. This it was a healing sermon, and just us talking about it together and going deeper feels really good to me. And like Colby and Keely were saying, the New Earth series that Jeff and Shaleia created, like I feel, the desire, I've watched those, but I feel like the desire to revisit them and even go deeper there too. Yeah.
Yeah, I can just see it's like, yeah, it's just about, feeling that desire in our hearts and choosing it, and like, how do we want to live? And yeah, I just feel, when I was watching this sermon and, while we've been talking, there's so much like lack and poverty consciousness and all of this, and these countries running out of like drinking water. And yeah, but we're healing it. Yeah, we're doing our part. So that feels very good.
Yeah, it's gonna feel really it's beautiful to know what's happening, right? Like we know what is unfolding, and we know that we're healing this, step by step. And yeah, it's just it's beautiful to witness it unfold. Yeah.
And we're meant to be a part of the earth.
Yeah.
With all, the other things
Exactly.
created. And yeah, this is what, keeps coming up for me. God created this earth. It's like, the miracles, all the flowers and the beautiful things we get to look at, every day.
Yeah, we love nature.
Yeah.
Like we love just being outside and the birds and the trees. Like I feel so at home when I'm outside. I just, I love the earth. I have a really deep relationship with it.
Yeah, it's very grounding,
Yeah.
Just so it's basically miracles all around, and sense like kind of waking up to that, and the gratitude, for everything we have on the earth. God is good.
I just love, you first.
No, I said for Brianne, I was just saying, I remember what was that? Louis Vuitton box.
Yeah, what are they? They're the
dandelions.
It's a dandelion. Yeah, I hear it Norway, but it's the way they pronounce it is Louis Vuitton. Basically.
Yes, I remember your walks with the Louis Vuitton. And Diana also commented saying that I enjoy being invited to claim Earth as my home more deeply, and it reminded me of this wonderful video about doing so. And she referred to Shaleia, her video of claiming Earth as your home planet. So she posted that in the link too. So
I love what you both guys said about this connection to nature that you feel. And when I am off, for example, I just take my bike and I go to nature, because for me, I love myself when I love nature. And I love nature when I love myself. When I am like in a space like an upheaving and I need like some space for myself, nature is very healing for myself personally. I love to be by the sea, going to the woods. It's very healing.
Yeah, I resonate with that completely, Renato. Before I even found these teachings, like I spent so much time outside because it was very therapeutic for me. And just like finding these teachings, it's just going deeper there. But I resonate with you completely. I love being by the sea too. Any body of water, I'm there. Yeah.
Yeah, nature is just perfect. Everything is created perfectly by the creator.
I just want to say that I resonate with both of you guys with like being by the sea, like going to the beach is like one of the most healing things, just like sitting by the water and listening to the waves, just like really taking in that fresh air, and like, like you can really connect with God there and really just like connect with yourself more deeply. And even just a simple act of like going to the park, like after doing like inner work and like walking around and like connecting with the trees and just even sitting in the grass, like really grounds you. And like, that's not a coincidence. Like you're really just like grounding into your relationship with God, your relationship with the earth. And it's very beautiful. Like I was actually out in the park the other day, and there were all these like little God's eyes, like where people had like, it's like little wooden crosses with like the yarn called called like a God's Eye, and they were all like hanging around the trees. And I was just like, oh, this is all very beautiful. It's like it felt like a little prayer circle somebody had set up. And it was just like, just a very beautiful and healing like place to be in that moment.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really sweet.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say, I love going for a walk after doing inner work because it's just, I feel like it's a really like integrating, grounding time to, you know, take sort of the, you know, the high that I've, you know, mastered in the inner work and just ground it back down to like the next level.
Moves energy. Walking,
Mhm.
moving, yeah. Go hug a tree. It's good.
Yeah, sometimes I love to go to nature and hug at a tree. It's so, you know, it's so beautiful. It's so good. After a healing session, I love to go to nature as well. And I would like to share with you guys, especially you guys in Harmonious Union. I don't know if you have this experience, but my twin flame and I, we feel more connected to each other when we go to nature. Every time when we travel together, we go to nature and we feel this, we hold hands, we look at each other. I feel more connected to you when we are in nature because we connect to ourselves. Did you have you ever had this experience together?
That's really beautiful.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I feel like we connect over like small things, you know. Yeah, like watching the birds, you know, just
Yeah.
We were up.
I adore birds.
Yes.
Like I just love birds.
Yeah.
I don't-
Yeah, they're really funny and they have
Yeah,
like personalities
they
and all
do.
that. But yeah, I feel like we have like moments over that, and you know, yeah, it's just like beautiful to experience everything with your twin flame, you know. Yeah, doing it together, and yeah.
Yeah. I love that, Renata, what you were sharing. It's like that's just a place where you and your twin like is something that you guys really love to do, and you connect even deeper with each other in that place. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, I feel like we had like a lot of bird signs as well on our journey.
Yeah.
Like a lot of nature signs, and
Yes.
part of the spiritual journey. So.
Yeah, I think it's very easy for all of us in this twin flame journey to be connected to nature, because I think it is very difficult to be connected to God and be connected to one another and not being connected to nature, because God is nature, nature is God. They are all connected. So it's very easy to love nature.
Yeah.
That's true.
How are you feeling, guys? Do you have any last comment?
Yeah, Deanna just commented now. Daniel Phelan and I always feel closer when we are in nature. I even seem to recognize him more when we are outside.
Oh, that's beautiful.
10 minutes left to get your tickets.
Yes.
Yeah. It's the final countdown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, sometimes when you resist, like, should I get a ticket? But maybe this ticket can be that ticket.
There you go.
Can change your life. Yeah.
It's safe to surrender.
Yeah.
Hear the call. Pick up, you know.
Yeah, pick the call.
Yeah.
What a healing discussion.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel very peaceful, very grounded. Yeah.
Very nature.
Yeah, very nature.
Are you guys feeling complete?
Yes.
I feel complete.
Yeah, me too.
Beautiful.
So that was wonderful. I'd like to thank you, Coben Kelly, for this wonderful sermon. I'd like to thank you, everyone, guys, all of you here that join us, and thank you, everyone that joined us today, and see you next week.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.